Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Point Three podcast. We are your favorite trio of hosts, Super Spider Brando, Lou, and myself, Hero Scroll. As you can see, all the waves of things, of books, pops flying at you through the screen with great blue streaks. We're talking about Superman. We saw Superman at the time of recording. We are quite literally about 24 hours removed from watching Superman. We all got tickets to see the Amazon fan early screening. Super duper fun. But we're going to give you our non spoiler thoughts today. And then in a few days, you'll see a spoiler video drop. So don't worry about spoilers. We're not going to spoil anything about the plot or any of the things that happen or what gets built up. We're purely going to talk about how the movie made us feel, what we really liked about it, and maybe what we didn't like, if there's anything. But, gentlemen, let's get started. Let's not hold the people up. We've been talking about this movie, the buildup for this movie, for about 2+ years now. We finally got to see it. SB, I'm going to kick it over to you. How did you feel watching Superman?
I was giddy the entire freaking time because it was just, it felt magical, except for the first 10 minutes because my theater lights were on for that time. So, L movie theater employees. But overall, it was awesome. And I just seen it with my friend and seeing it in sold out theater felt great. Seeing it in IMAX. I haven't seen a movie in IMAX in a while. And it just made the whole experience so much better. Before the movie started, we were chatting with some of the people in our row with us and just hyped to talk with strangers and have them be as hyped for this movie as we are and have been for the last 2 years. And it just felt magical. I felt like that Marvel magic in the DCU. More like MC Who now.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
But I could go on and on. I want to hear your guys' thoughts before we fully get into it because I had a great experience at my theater. After the theater, got some reactions if you've seen it on socials yet. And talking to them too were great. We went on for a while just about potential theories and everything that we're not getting into here. And I wish I recorded some of them. I can't lie, 'cause they're bangers, but it was just great to have that experience and chat with people and now getting to chat with you guys about it and seeing how hopeful and great hearted and just kind that movie was.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. And the experience is such a good part of it. And Lou, I know you were talking about, you were telling us a little bit about how your theater experience went and how people were, there was a buzz in the air for you.
Yeah, it was definitely buzzy. I mean, the parking lot was slammed. You walked in, there was a line to even scan your tickets. There was a line for the concessions. There was a line for merch. There was a line for the bathroom. There was a line to get into the freaking theater. And then you got in there and like everyone was chattering and chirping. You had your seat. Like that was the seat that was available, was your seat. And the credits for us, like they went by. I think they showed like 2 or 3 and then the movie started and I was like, hurry up. Like, the people that I was with. But yeah, there was a really nice buzz. I mean, I'm definitely someone who goes through and I like to look at who's in the theater. I'm originally from Chicago area, so like we had tons of massive movie theaters. And then where I'm at now, it's a little bit smaller and not everyone shows up. Like the MCU, it's been a minute since I've been in a full theater. And it's been a minute since I've felt anything like this since No Way Home. So we're looking almost 4 years at this point now, coming up on it. But as soon as that movie started and the first 30 seconds dropped you with some history of the DCU right off the bat, and ooh, spoiler, you just like it just commanded people, dude, and it just you felt like we're back, like this is a superhero movie. So yeah, I just even afterwards, like people lingered to talk about this movie. Like people didn't just beeline to their car. They sat around, people were inside, people were outside talking at the sessions. There was another line to then buy more merch. They like restocked knowing that people were gonna come out to buy more stuff, and people did.
Yeah, and my theater experience was very much similar to your guys, where it was like packed out theater. In my area, it's very rare to see a packed out theater like that, especially during a weekday. So for the fact that, and I mean, I know this is probably like considering that it is a fan screening and like more exclusive, but people showed up and like you said, almost every seat was taken. I think there was like a couple and that were like very front row that weren't. But yeah, your seat was your seat. People were hyped. People were talking before, talking to each other, total strangers. I was just listening to a lot of the conversations that people were having, and people were really excited. All walks of life, different races, ethnicities, young, old, youngest kids to, older people who just really like Superman and movies in general. It was so cool to see that a movie like this could really bring out everybody and get everybody together to cheer, to clap, to laugh, to feel something, gasp together in the movies moments that had that. At the end of it, my theater applauded. Like we got up, we clapped. It was awesome. I honestly can't remember the last time that a theater in my area did that, because that didn't even happen for No Way Home, which is very interesting. So yeah, it was a great experience. People loved it. And then similar to Lou's situation where there was a lot of people that were like, I need to go buy a popcorn bucket now. Right now.
Bro, that shelf got cleaned out.
Cleaned out. Same after. Literally, when I got in, there was about, I want to say about a 35-minute wait for the concessions. And then after that same length of line, when I first walked in at like 6:30, was basically the same line in length. It was crazy, all for just merch.
That sounds. You know what's crazy? I guess my theater just they weren't ready, man. They had signs out front of their doors that the popper was broken or something. So I didn't even bother looking at concessions. Between that and the lights issue, kind of sucked. But
Yeah.
overall, I'd rather see the movie, and I was prepared for concessions anyways. I went to a gas station before.
Yeah, you kind of expect them.
Yeah, I was like, I felt bad for everybody that wanted popcorn, and because it still smelled like popcorn too, which was the funny part. My friend walked in and they're like, "What kind of torture is this that they say there's no popcorn and then it just smells like popcorn inside?"
They said, "Have fun with what you can't get."
Yeah.
But once the movie did start, the opening credit, the opening like DC Studios animation, not a spoiler because that was released, I think, with like Creature Commandos and everything, where it's the Superman, the Golden Age Superman busting out of the change, and then DC Studio. Like you can tell people were already captivated and like ready to pay attention. So keeping that in mind, Lou, what do you think about the movie in general?
I definitely believe that this entire movie, this film, right, it did capture the essence and the spirit of Superman. And it felt very classic and a callback and an homage to everything that came before it. But it also felt super fresh and super new. It had the heart without a doubt. And I think you take that and then couple that with the visual aspects of today's superhero movie, it was just a match made in heaven.
I couldn't agree more. And then SB, you were kind of talking about how the prep really helped you for this and how you felt a lot of that within the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say about Lou's point, how he brought up the like homages of past Superman and everything. And it just made me think that like I'm kind of happy, even though it was like a legacy Superman. I'm really happy they dropped legacy out of the title.
Yeah,
looking back at it now, because like
I agree.
You get the point just from watching the movie, and it's just beautiful to watch. So getting into the prep, and it was beautiful to see comic panels that I've like just read and stuff the last couple years, and research I've done, and movies I watched just come straight to life. Or comic panels come straight to life. But I definitely I'm gonna say David had Chris Reeve energy. Right now, I think he had great Superman and Clark energy, and just was amazing as Superman. And he just felt like the Superman I've been reading in the comics the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. The whole cast was phenomenal. And just the prep from just knowing Superman more, seeing the characters that we got, and just seeing how he interacts with people, like in the comics and around humans from the Reeves films, and just they captured it all in Superman history. The animated show Hero, can't wait. I'm sure you're happy about that based on our like what you're hoping for. It has some animated show vibes. I reminded me of the Justice League Superman, that's pretty much the one I was most familiar with him growing up. It felt just like Justice League Superman, not as like old and mature, obviously, because you see him be pretty old and mature in that one, but it still seemed vibes. Like what they're going for, and the prep was worth it. It made me love it so much more and just like appreciate it so much more. And the road to Superman
I know.
has come now.
Yeah.
Real quick to that point, and then here I want to hear what you think. But SB, a lot of people are like, "Well, you spend so much time prepping, right? You know what's going to happen then, right?" It exceeded all expectations.
Yeah.
We raised the bar. We raised the bar on purpose, and it blew all expectations out of the water.
I was just gonna say I went with obviously myself, who did all the prep for it and been chatting with you guys, just learning about Superman the last 2 years. I went with my other friend who has been like a lifelong Superman fan, and my other friend who has never really watched anything like DC besides like 4 projects, and it's like Dark Knight, the Batman, and like 2 other projects. So his DC ball knowledge isn't that good. All 9s and higher. I had 10. I obviously gave it a 10. My friend gave it a 9, and then the other one 9.5. So just from like it spanned 3 different types of people that had different like ball knowledge on it. All got great ratings for it. So that's just how you could tell how good it was.
For sure. This is one of those movies, and I think leading up to it, we were asking a lot of questions, and we were talking about, especially if you saw one of the last videos that we saw that we put on the channel, the will it be generational, kind of with the final preview. And I think coming out of that and thinking on it 24 hours later, that answer's a solid yes. It is. I put this up there with things like Infinity War. I put this up there with things like The Dark Knight, where years from now we're going to have a conversation and be like, where were you when you watched Superman? When did you watch Superman? What was your experience like, and how did you feel? That's what we're going to be talking about probably a year from now, honestly, if I'm not, if it keeps going well for DC, then I think it will. This was such a good start for them to showcase what this universe can do, all through the eyes of, honestly, the greatest superhero of all time in Superman. I think we've had, between probably this year with Thunderbolts and then like Daredevil, in the past couple of years, we've had a lot of superheroes be like operate in that morally gray and kind of make you think like, or the themes of being like, how, where could there be good when you still have like a darkness in you, especially with like what Thunderbolts tried to do. It's been so long that I think we've had just a genuinely like through and through good superhero. Someone who's kind, optimistic, and that is what Superman is in this. None of that is a spoiler. All of that is stuff that James Gunn, that David Cornsweet said in the lead up to Superman. And that is exactly what you got all the way through. The cast of characters, phenomenal. All of them played their parts so well. Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, need more of them. Metamorpho, need more of him. Show us more of these characters. All I'm saying is that if DC can continue to pump out characters like this, everybody and their mother is going to be a DC fan.
Yeah, this movie for sure has the bones to convince you to adopt Superman into, you know, your umbrella of characters that you want to see more of. It made new fans of people for sure. It brought, I mean, again, I think we have all talked about it. We've had people personally in our lives who don't typically talk about superheroes, and they know we do a podcast about superheroes. Then now they're like, hey, you hear about that Superman movie? It's like, obviously. What do you want to talk about? And then I'm like, dang, okay, knowledge. Like, okay, like, here we go. It's just it's been a really, really, really long time. And again, I'm not knocking on No Way Home or any means, but I think that and Deadpool and Wolverine were the two biggest in between Infinity War and this movie now. I think this one just had more pull overall in terms of getting people organically excited about something new and unknown versus knowing Hugh Jackman and Deadpool are bangers, knowing Spider-Man's a banger. We didn't know what to expect with Infinity War. We didn't know what to expect with this. But yeah, this is going to go down as so one of those movies when you walk away from it, you're going to be like, that's going to be what the DCU is like. I'm in.
Agreed.
It
100%.
felt so good to be immersed into that world. I was so sad when it ended.
Yeah.
And just so, I mean, not sad, but yeah, sad that it ended, but just so hopeful of joy of what we're going to get because they did the impossible. Like that message I sent you last night of doing Superman so well and still like having us feel this way about the greater DCU. It's amazing. It's freaking like awesome. It's did what Iron Man wanted. It kind of, if the MCU could have started off like this, that would have been very interesting with Iron Man.
Yeah.
But this kind of, we talked about it of how this could compare with it, and it tackled it. It tackled it very well of just getting the ground running on DCU.
Yeah, definitely.
So all in all, fantastic film. Super fantastic film. Yeah, I'm sorry. Wrong adjective. That's the wrong adjective for this movie. That one's coming out later. Yeah, no, great film. Genuinely, go watch it. By the time that this video comes out, it will be day of release. So go to your movie theater, give it a chance. If you feel like you're on the fence, highly recommend it. If you love superheroes, if you love DC, this is the movie for you. And if
100%.
if you feel like you don't want to watch it because of either you prefer a different version of Superman, you don't like James Gunn, you don't want a kinder superhero, then I'm sorry, you are just not a superhero fan. That's just the truth. So if you are a real superhero fan, go watch it. You will enjoy this, and I dare say you will love it.
Do it.
Yeah. So go watch it. Support the movie. We're going to go record a spoiler video now. So everybody, thank you so much for watching this video and joining us. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the spoiler video, and we'll catch you on there. We'll see you then.